Howdy ho, Lions fans. Welcome to the Detroit Lions podcast, episode 580, the official Detroit Lions podcast for Reddit. We're doing it live. I am your dashing host, Chris, and with me is the gorgeous and winning feeling. You get the winning look, too. Michael Gray. How you doing, brother?
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, man. How about that? That's a big win. That's a big win.
Huge.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of weird. There are going to be a lot of weird numbers coming out of this game. It's hard to give up 30 points and feel like your defense really made some strides, but the defense really made some strides. You gave up 30 points.
Yes.
You know, Goff being nails when you need it. The run game doing what the run game does. It wasn't without its bumps along the way, but that's one of the best teams in football in their barn in prime time. And Lamar has been nightmare fuel for Lions fans. So. Huge win.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Frigging fantastic. Detroit Lions step into Baltimore, win for the first time against the Ravens in Baltimore, and in convincing frickin' fashion. Now, I'm just gonna call out some people because the doomers came out early tonight. Hutchinson, he sucks. Where's Hutchinson? We need somebody across from Hutchinson. Terrion, don't throw a Terrion. Oh my God, Jay Campbell, don't play. I mean, and then guess what? They all had key plays. And it takes a team to win a game, and the Detroit Lions are one hell of a team, man. That was 7 freaking sacks in a game. Yeah.
Against God. Lamar. They were already tied for the third most in Lamar's career when they were at 5. So I don't know where they ended up on the tally sheet. Lamar Jackson doesn't play a game where he gets hit that many times.
No.
Lane responsibility, the way that they had those guys occupying their spots, it's the best. I mean, obviously it's the best they've ever played against him by a mile. But it was the best a lot of people have played against him by a mile by the end of that game.
Let's just really quick, I don't know we can put it to rest yet, but let's just give some praise to the team that can't play against a mobile quarterback. Can we do that?
Yeah. They were better in that regard, though, because you saw the plan. Yeah. You could see it early and often, and those guys staying home, occupying their spots, and up and down the roster, too. Yeah. It wasn't just Aiden Hutchinson. It wasn't just Derek Barnes. It was Nowaski. It was all of these guys. So Kelvin Shepherd had those guys coached up and ready to go. That 100%. Was impressive.
100%.
Really, really impressive.
Yep. And you got a good game out of the offense. The game we needed. Such a departure from the last time we played 2 years ago there. Not even debatable. Traveling Man, thank you for the super chat. So glad the Lions treated week 1 like the preseason game it is, and everyone turned up nice. And I think that's really a big part of it, right? Looking back at the preseason game the first week game against Green Bay, and then Green Bay losing to the Browns this week. They're trending in 2 different directions right now, my friend.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, the NFL, it'll do it to you every week, right?
Yeah.
Take a team lightly at your own peril.
That's right.
But I said it last week when we were talking about this. I'm like, if they mess around and beat the Ravens, I will be in full on getting carried away mode. Well, here we are. The Bengals don't have Joe Burrow. The Browns, I'm not convinced are anything but the Browns.
Football team in the NFL,
right? They just group of dudes from Ohio. So. You start looking at this, and we say it every year. You go in strength of schedule. You talk about all of the breakdowns and the schedule releases, and here's this and that. And 3 weeks into it, it looks completely different. And beating this Ravens team, the Ravens are 1-2.
Yeah, that's wild.
The odds-on favorite to go to the Super Bowl. Yeah, they're 1-2.
We can't beat an over 500 team, I hear. Thank you, Frosty Cakes, for the super chat. Muhammad just might be that dude. Lions so good we can beat both the Ravens and the refs. We also need to seriously talk about how good Hank and Dan are and what they've done with that O-line. 100%. They've really put the foot down on that. Full Metal Savage, thank you for the super chat. Ow, my ass.
The penalties are an issue.
The Raven.
The penalties are a problem, and they've been a problem for 3 straight weeks. But 8 for 68 for the Lions compared to 3 for 10 against Baltimore.
Yeah. Yep. Giants, that was a friggin' game. And thank you, Bad Luck, for the super chat. Just like I said last show, I stayed my ass home and they won. LOL. Bad luck. Stay home. Stay home with that bad luck. We'll have Dan Campbell and the post-game presser with him and likely Jared Goff in a few as soon as they bring that up and get going. We're going to skip the Ravens this time. I mean, I see it in the chat. How the hell do you go to sleep right now? You don't. You come join us and we have some fun chatting it up and celebrating one hell of a Detroit Lions victory on a Monday night under the lights in Baltimore. This had all the underpinnings of a potential kick in the teeth for this team, and the boys, they overcame and they showed up for real. I mean, this is one of those signature games. This is one of those statement games where you look at this team now, and everyone was getting wobbly after week 1, and then week 2, it's like, okay, I'm kind of bipolar in the other way, but now you look at them and say, okay. They're picking it up where they left off last year. This is a very strong team to perform like that in Baltimore against the Ravens.
Yeah, the offense is obviously as advertised. Turns out it wasn't just Ben Johnson. The players have something to do with that too. Mentioned that last week in my Tuesday video that maybe, just maybe, it's Ben Johnson doesn't make Jameson Williams any faster. He doesn't make Jahmyr Gibbs any harder to tackle. He didn't do any of those things. Those players make those plays. But you look at, I mean, like I said, the numbers on this one, it's going to take a day to go through these.
Yep.
You tell me that we just watched the Lions go to Baltimore and run up 224 yards on the ground? What? On 38 carries? Beat them up. Went to Baltimore and beat them up. Punched them in the mouth. And you're starting to see now these last 2 weeks the way that run game bears out. I know I was in the Slack. I'm not a big fan of side to side. I'm not a big fan of running towards the sidelines.
Yeah.
The lateral stuff, I think you can get rid of that. I would like to see David Montgomery earlier in games because he's just such a tone setter.
Yep. And he's just so hard to tackle. And the thing that you get with him, and look, this is my take right now. Ja is a guy that is going to burn against a tired defense and a weakened defense. You beat their ass with Monty up front, wear him down, and then Ja will just tear that shit up for the rest of the day. I mean, that's kind of what it feels like. He had a little bit of trouble, especially against the Ravens type of D, 5-6 guys up on the line, knowing that we're a running team, right? Monty, he's that bowling ball. They've always said he's so hard to tackle, right? Use that, tire them out, wear them down, ruin their opinions of themselves. Not that we had any for them, but just tear them down and then let Ja tear them up. I really feel like that's kind of the MO.
And that's these last 2 weeks have borne that out. You've seen those runs get more successful in the second half, and I think you're going to see that as time goes on. And there's going to be a lot to pick apart in here, but what an unbelievable bit of running.
Yep.
Against a Baltimore, you don't see anybody do that to Baltimore on both sides of the ball. 7 sacks against Lamar, and then running the ball down their throat. Save for the times when you have to throw it, and when it's 4th and 2 on the 50 with the game on the line, and you just huck 1 to 14 like it's no big deal, while everybody in my house was holding their breath. Oh boy, them jumbos.
I didn't have Troy Aikman squealing with delight at the Lions or talking about the size of Campbell's onions on my bingo card ever, right? Stephen Mosher, thank you for the super chat. D-line was on fire tonight. Mad props to them for sure. They looked really, really good. They started with contain and then just started collapsing. I mean, it was they played Lamar perfectly. Great stuff. William Kangas, thank you for the super chat, sir. MCDC on that 4th down call. That's our culture. So proud of both coordinators. Give them their flowers. That's 2. That's 2.
Those 4th down calls, when they work, it's the greatest thing in the world. The 30 seconds leading up to snapping the ball is not my favorite time to be alive. That is, man, the fact that Dan Campbell talks about it all the time. When the pressure comes up, he wants guys whose heart rates go down. That ain't me. I'm on the other end of the spectrum, and my BP spikes. especially with that one at the end of the game, because it was just when you saw Jahmyr Gibbs go down short of the first down marker, you knew that a first down would just ice the thing. Yeah. And like, he's going to go for it. You know he's going to go for it. I saw guys in the Slack, please punt the ball. Like, there's no chance at all that he's punting that football.
Yeah, no, God, it was crazy. That throw to 14 was, I mean, look, in the moment, it looked like he felt pressure and was just throwing a desperation ball, but he laid a perfect pillow out there for oh my God, Jared Goff.
Yeah, that was nice sauce.
Oh, yeah, sing it, people. He is the man.
What is? Real quick now, I mean, I only bomb in and out of Monday Night Football when it's not the Lions. Are they just doing the field mic thing, bleeding over the audio on the broadcast all the time now?
Yeah.
Because it felt like every time there was you'd hear for 20, 30 seconds, you'd hear guys screaming in the background and a bunch of incoherent noise, except for when Saint scored. And that was very, very, very audible.
I'm not going to say it.
Nope. No. They don't even, because now they don't even apologize anymore. Normally they're like, oh, well, sorry, we got some language getting out there. Things are getting heated on the field. And they don't even bother anymore. They crank up those field mics. That was really distracting.
Yep. Oh man, AQM killed it out there. Yeah,
yeah.
He may be the guy that kind of really surges and appears this year where people didn't expect it. Loved it. Darren Raddatz about the fishy field goal. That one was that last replay we saw, and I don't know what was the angle. I was like, that wasn't good. That ball wasn't all the way in. Mm-mm.
No, I said that at the time watching it in real time. I was like, well, he missed. And they're like, nope, not reviewable. We're moving on. That was good. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that one. There were a couple of those moments. That I just saw it from Detroit Lions PR. That's 7 sacks today on the Ravens, ties for the most the Ravens have ever allowed in a single game. So,
man,
yeah. So they didn't just play them good for the Lions; they played them good for all time.
Yeah.
As far as what Lamar Jackson can do to you, and finding a way to deactivate that, which, as any Lions fan, 38-6 was the nightmare, and it wasn't that close.
No.
38-6 could have been 138-6. The way they were playing, he was out there laughing, just playing ball in the backyard, and toying with Detroit.
Yep.
And
Frosty, go ahead. He's nailing it right now. Super chat. We had the problem with the running quarterbacks, and we not only lock up Henry, but we get 7 sacks in Lamar. That's the thing. Derrick Henry. Don't forget about Derrick Henry back there and what we did to him. Let's talk coordinators because we got a great one on D. Kelvin has stepped up beyond what I expected. I'll be the first to admit it. Beyond my expectations. I knew he was good. I thought he needed just a little bit more time to ferment, but boy, he is ready. He is full gravity. If my package,
they were prepared.
Yeah, Jacob Strand. Thank you. Go ahead, man.
No, just to your point, Calvin had him ready.
Yeah,
everybody knew the game plan. Team defense. They gave up their yards. You're always going to against those guys. The Ravens are still really good.
Yep.
But
Jacob Strand, thank you for the super chat. If my packages don't go down in 4 hours, I have to go to the emergency room, right? Well, fight it first. Give it a wrestling match, and then if it doesn't go down, well, then yeah, absolutely, you're gonna have to go. That's my not so medical advice. Oh God, see him doing some interviews on the side. I think there's probably, and I'm not trying to look in the dark side of the coin here, but I think we need to talk a little bit about Branch and a little bit of extra. What was it? 4 penalties tonight. We just got to get that in check, man. We got to get that in check.
And I don't know that. Branch has been guilty of the occasional ill-timed 15-yarder. That one tonight, I can't pin that on him. Even the guy in the officiating booth was like, no, that's not a penalty. He didn't chop, the guy wasn't engaged in a block. He didn't go low on him. He hit him and then he got driven into the ground because his feet slipped out from under him. That's That's not against the rules.
No.
You can slip and fall down in football. That's not a penalty.
No, you're not allowed to, my friend.
He also needs to catch the ball when given the opportunity.
Yeah.
Because that interception that wasn't, followed by the other interception that wasn't, I'm like, yeah, man, they're not going to gift wrap too many of those, so it's only week 3. It's only week 3.
But love it.
Keep telling myself that.
Love it in the moment. Peaceful Tim, if we get to 100 likes, we get an 8th sack on Lamar, do your part. That's it. 100 likes will get us to an 8th sack on Lamar. You can do that, folks. Just hit the button right now. Hit the subscribe button as well. You can take part in the chat with us. Casey Rogers, yeah, that's a good one. Ken Button, someone who deserves a little bit of credit, very quietly kicking ass in the background, brought a lot to this team. Somebody who very well could have done the job that Shep has, and is ready for that as well. I don't know that we get him for more than a week or more than a year, but we'll see what happens. He's looking really, really good. Full gravity, Kenyatta. Here with me.
And without Aleem, and without Pascal, and without Levi, and without a lot of the guys that he thought he was signing up to coach on that defensive line.
Yeah.
So, they've still got reinforcements coming. Getting Aleem McNeil back into that defensive line is going to be exciting. To see him down there doing what he does.
Ooh, we're shooting for 9 likes. You folks are going at it. Keep at it, folks. Thank you very much for that. Let's see. 500. Got that. Thank you very much, Logan. Loretto, Baltimore was so aggressive on defense, and at the beginning of the game, they were gassed by mid-game. And thank you for the super chat. That's a great point. That long drive is exactly what you want against an aggressive defense like that. I don't know that you can say as part of your strategy, we know they're aggressive, so we're going to run long drives on them, right? That's usually, those don't go hand in hand. But to be able to do that again, like if you're thinking of power rankings, you absolutely have to readjust your thinking on the Detroit Lions after that drive alone and what it meant for this game.
Well, 2 scoring drives over 95 yards, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you might not do that twice in a season. They did it twice on Monday night and looked pretty resolute doing it. Now, the only reason they were in that situation is the first one, anyway. Again, going back to some of the things, some of the warts, and there will be. I'm taking tonight to feel great about this, but we got to talk about special teams at some point because it's been kind of a mess. And Leaf messing with that punt that he shouldn't have, and then doesn't with the other one that he should have, and they both turn into long drives. And no harm, no foul if you go down and just roast a quarter off the game clock and get a touchdown at the end of the thing. So,
can you believe we've got McNeil coming back still? We've got my goodness. Oh God, blood is rushing out of my head, folks. This is fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. Can we get a little Jake Bates love for that tackle? Yeah, for sure. I mean, that stop is basically thanks to Bates's tackle.
No, yeah, absolutely. Because he was headed to the end zone, and that ended up and stopping a touchdown with the goal line stand. He doesn't make that play. It doesn't set any of that up. It also says here, according to Lions PR, the Lions had 220 plus rushing yards and 4 rushing touchdowns in a game. That's the first time that's happened since 1998.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's a like long time, my friend.
The numbers are crazy on this game. And it's something that as you were watching it, it was so anxiety inducing. It felt close the entire time. I watched these games typically with my daughter, and she was like, has the score been tied at the end of every quarter through 3? I'm like, yes, and I hate it. And then, they managed to pull away in the one that matters. But making big plays and coming through when it matters against that team is going to have some staying power. That's going to matter.
Do you think it's feasible that the Valenti and Carlos and Feasible crowd are feasibly going to have a hard time thinking that feasibly we want Ben Johnson to run this offense? Potentially, feasibly. Other
Why
people
couldn't
in
you
me
just
are
run last year's offense? I don't know. They put 2 trick plays in, right?
Man. Yeah.
They put 2 trick plays in. They had the double throwback and then the double pitch, a la the 1994 Cornhuskers with the triple option, running that out on a 4th down play. Again, just aching you crazy. But
Oh man, this is God, I'm loving it, man. This is I'm gonna really, I mean, straight up, I'll tell you guys, I know I called this as a Lions loss, so I'll eat that. I will totally eat that. It looks
You
like
and
we got
Risden
Campbell.
both did.
We got Campbell up on the podium. Let me get him in real quick here. And dang it, Danny boy.
Which button?
I'm gonna bring it back. I don't want to miss anything what he says. Okay, here we go.
To find a way to win this game. You know, the offense was going to need the defense to pick it up. Special teams was going to need the offense to pick it up, and vice versa. So, man, I thought we played complimentary football. We did exactly what we said we needed to do. We were able to corral Lamar. We didn't let Henry get going and Zay Flowers. You know, we came away with takeaways and big stops. And offensively, we were able to control the ground and the time of possession, and our receivers and Goff made plays in critical moments in this game. I just thought it was an outstanding team effort, man. I was proud of the players. I was proud of the coaches. I thought Shep and Johnny and Phip both did a hell of a job in this game, or all of them did a hell of a job. So it's just a huge win.
Steve Mosier, thank you. Thundericious, thank you.
Was it a statement for you guys that show that you can compete with the league's elite, you know, with these guys as well? Like, what does victory do for you?
Well, look, I've got a lot of respect for Coach Harbaugh and this team and those players that are over there, and we know what they've been for years, for a number of years. They're always competitive, and they're always the cream of the crop over there in the AFC, with a few teams. And so to be able to come in here on a Monday night at their place with those weapons, that type of team, that's a good win for us, I don't know, statement, all this and that, but it just feels good to know against a type of team like that, you play a different type of game and you're able to find a way to win. So one of the things I mentioned early in this year is I told the team I want to find out how many different ways we can win games, because the better you get at winning, the more you win. So that took everything we had, and I was proud of the players.
The way you did it too, Dan, I mean, you talked about physicality, some of your coaches did too, about what happened last time you came in here to control the line of scrimmage, the sacks you had on Lamar, the long scoring drives. What did that mean to, do it your way?
I think it means a lot. I mean, it's those guys. You don't have to say much. I mean, we got enough guys that were here the last time, and they also know. I mean, you got to be blind not to see what that team does and how they play, and the physicality, the toughness, the nature of everything they're about, their identity. That you better be ready. You better be ready. You can't come in here and tiptoe. So we were ready. And like I say, it was a big win. It took every one of us, and I just thought the players, man, they stepped up and made huge plays at critical times.
You talked about corralling Lamar. Lots of question marks with Marcus obviously being out here, but you racked up 7 sacks. I think that's tied for a career high with Lamar, and really contained him out of the pocket all day long. How proud were you of that defensive effort up front with your front seven? Especially getting after him.
Very proud, very proud. I mean, a number of guys stepped up, but I think
those questions.
Something we worked on. Look, Wednesday, we had Malik running quarterback, and he had he had a big day of practice, and he had a big day, and it opens your eyes a little bit. You coach it up, you tweak a couple of things, Shep and those guys. You come out Thursday and it's better, but we're still like, man, this guy's running around and we can't get him contained. And then by Friday, man, you're pretty good. And so I felt really good about what we were going to be able to do. The rest is just wait until Monday night to see it go, see it in action. But those guys were very disciplined. They played off each other. They casted the net. They closed the net. We didn't have anybody jumping up in the air, diving, ill-advised diving. Man, they all bottled him up. They were disciplined, and guys made, huge plays, and he had nowhere to go, and that's the key. So that takes an enormous amount of discipline for your guys. And they did that. I mean, across the board, all of them.
Yeah, what does it do for the confidence of a football team when you can string together 2 95-yard drives on the road like that?
It's big. It's big. That's not easy to do when you're backed up like that. And normally the goal is 3 first downs. That way you get 3 first downs, you're able to flip field position. And now but to to go above and beyond that and travel the distance against that opponent, the crowd noise, the whole thing, man, that was impressive, and our guys had to dig now. They had to dig. Those are long drives, but they did it, man. They did it.
Morgan said you wanted to have your guys. Sorry, you said that you wanted your guys to win different ways, but like the old Tommy Mansky baseball tapes, I guess. If there's a Dan Campbell how to coach, how to win a football game, is that right there? The MO, is that the DVD handed out?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess it would be pretty close to that. But it was also, this is the type of game. This is the type of game that was needed for this opponent. Not everyone is going to always be the same. You'd love to say, it's always going to be that type, and you got to play this way. But all of them are different, and some games it takes more explosives. You got to get more explosives than it does just true groundwork. The ground sets it up, and defensively you got to play a little different. But it was what was needed against this team for this opponent, and I thought the guys handled it perfectly. Hold on a minute. Go ahead.
Middle, John, then Sean.
You mentioned the offensive being in tough field position. The defense was kind of put in some tough spots as well.
Yeah.
How encouraging is that to be able to stop the Ravens offense when they were put in some good positions themselves?
It's very encouraging, and I go back to this. It was just one of those points. It's easier said than done, but at some point, we're going to need one or two of the units to step up for the other one, and it wasn't a full game of that, but it was enough to where we stepped up and made plays. Hutch made some huge plays. Muhammad made huge plays. Jack Campbell, Reed. I mean, we can go down. Goff, St, freaking Demo, that old line, Sewell. I mean, we just at different times in critical moments, our guys stepped up, and when we needed it most, every unit picked up the slack, and that's what winning teams do. That's what they do.
John? Dan, with the performance with 7 sacks, how much momentum can the defense get after a performance like that, especially with all the talk on the outside about the lack of sacks in the pass rush?
Well, I mean, we know what we got here. We don't need, anybody telling us what we do or don't have, or, I thought you were going to ask me about motioning today. I felt like but we feel good about it, man. We feel good about it, and look, it takes everybody doing their job, and our guys did that. So it was good.
I love you, Dan Campbell.
Dan, it's one thing to go from fourth down there. This is probably your culture at this point, but to call that down the field like that, just can you speak to the belief, confidence you had? I guess putting in your two best offensive players, along with Sewell. Yeah.
Well, I think. Man, I got a tremendous amount of trust in those guys, and that's been built up now in 5 years, right? And that helps. And that offensive line, the way they were playing, and we just felt like that was the right call. And it's those guys, it's the players, man. They're the ones who make this stuff come to life. And they've earned that trust, and they just, once again, man, they step up and make huge plays at critical times, and it's unbelievable. It really is. It's a thing of beauty, man.
One more real quick in the middle.
Aiden Hutchinson on the strip of Derrick Henry looked like he got upfield and was able to recover, high effort play. Then he gets Lamar on the next play. When you have your stars giving that much effort deep into tough physical games, how does that spread among the rest of that group?
Well, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. Our hardest workers are our best players. It's not lip service. It's not fake. It's not. Our best players are our hardest workers. Go out and watch them practice, and it's like that every day. And so that's the standard. That's the standard. So if you're not up to that standard with the effort matching what our best players do, then you're not going to be around here very long. So that makes the rest of your guys, everybody just falls in line. Anybody that comes in or we acquire, the young guys, all of it, man. And that's the way we play. That's what we do.
I think you guys would have Jared, Aiden, and David.
All right, there you go. Woo! They'll have Jared, so that's coming up. We'll get Jared.
Keeping the receipts on the motion question from a couple weeks ago. Idiot.
Well, it was feasible that he was going to get another shot at asking a question. Because, some people, and me too, think about this and,
Oh, good Lord. Some more of these numbers, Chris, this is crazy. Next Gen just threw out a post. The Lions did not turn the ball over, allowed 0 sacks, made the optimal decision on every 4th down, and only missed 4 tackles on defense.
Damn.
Against Lamar Jackson.
And
Derrick Henry.
The one tackle they missed there at the end when they were like 3rd and 76 million and everybody just went for the hit. It's like, you guys, you're getting they were just playing like they knew they won. You know what I mean? It's like, no, you still got to wrap. You still got to wrap. So again, you got to work to find the real warts here. They won on the road against a great freaking team that's been a nemesis for them. But there's just there's always things to work on and fix up, right?
The Ravens were the Super Bowl favorite. They had the odds up, but in the pregame, they were talking about all of the different teams that are getting the allegedly smart money in Vegas. This was supposed to be a championship contender and the favorite to win it all.
Yep.
And then the Lions go in and do what they did.
I got a point here. I keep seeing rips on Terrion, and yes, he did get. I mean, he's young; it's his 2nd year. He did have some bad plays, but there's a reason that Lamar held the ball as long as he did. Right. And that's because he didn't have anybody to throw to at those points in time. And that means Terrion's playing really good. So give him credit where he is. A lot of those were coverage runs and keeping our man Lamar uncomfortable because of what the secondary, including Terrion, was doing. So he didn't have a perfect game. He's not going to go to the Hall of Fame based on today's game, but he wasn't a complete disaster out there, we'll say.
No, it didn't help the pregame.
It's like Taylor Decker had a great game because he didn't get any flags thrown on him today, right?
Well, and the pregame show didn't do Terrion any favors by featuring him in that segment where he's being targeted, and he has been targeted. He's been on the wrong side of it. There was a 2-play touchdown drive, and they were both throws right over his head. So, he's a first-round pick. With that comes some of that pressure and some of the expectations and all of those things. And when corners get toasted, it's on SportsCenter every time. When a guard loses a rep, it can be lost in the mishmash of the play.
They talk about who
when
got
the corner
the sack.
gets roasted. Yeah, when the corner gets roasted, you're right there on prime time.
Yeah,
Speaking of Derrick Henry, by the way, he's got 3 fumbles so far, 1 in every game this year. He had 3 in all of 2024. So he's off to a tough start.
Yeah. William Kangas, those 2 dropped picks. Yes, I feel that. But it's one of those things as Lions fans, we always kind of search for the thing to poke at, but we don't have to. We don't have to do that because
I'll tell you what, though. I mean, I would flip that ever so slightly. There are things this team did poorly. The penalties are a problem. They continue to be a problem. Special teams execution, they've got to get better. You've got players coming up that are going to get healthier and be a part of this roster when their time on the injured list comes up. And they beat Baltimore in Baltimore with those warts, with those things that they can correct, with the things that they can get better at. I'm very curious to see how the run game evolves as the year goes on. When you look at, David Montgomery has 151 yards on 12 carries. Of course, 72 of it came on that one where he got caught from behind. Jahmyr Gibbs had 67 yards on 22.
Yep.
There are some efficiencies that are being missed, I think, with Ja Gibbs. He's going to get better. And they beat Baltimore in Baltimore.
Yeah.
This was an L on the schedule from the day it dropped.
Yeah.
Whenever it was this summer, when they do the schedule release, you're like, oh, they got to play the Ravens in Baltimore.
Yep.
Coming off of back-to-back division games. Oh, God, no, not that. It's just been such a house of horrors. And they went in there and they racked up an incredible offensive day. Defense balled out. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to do this show, to be honest. I was out of town all weekend. I'm a little sunburned. I was out on a fishing trip. And I came out, I told Chris I'd do it. I'll stay up and do it. And then about halfway through that 4th quarter, I'm like, well, this could be really fun.
I'm not going to sleep anyway.
Right.
All right, we got Jared coming to the podium, and then we'll start taking calls after we do Jared. Really quick, http.amazon.com, DetroitLionsPodcast.com, Amazon.DetroitLionsPodcast.com.
But to have two
Yeah.
touchdown drives of 95-plus yards
Yeah.
on the road in that environment against that kind of defense, just
Yeah, it's
how
big.
impressive and how huge were those?
It's big, and they were all due to our O-line. I don't know how many times we ran it on the 98-yard one. It felt like we just kept running the ball, and then Demo obviously had the long run on the other one. But yeah, those guys up front tonight were incredible, and they were grinding. They were tired on some of those long drives, and they were tired, and the D-line was more tired. So it was good to just see them keep pushing, keep going, and those were huge drives.
You've won so many games throughout your career, but Baltimore have been one of the teams you hadn't beat this year.
Yep.
What made it so different about this team this year? What were you able to do historically? This team has been so tough for you.
They're so dang good. I mean, I don't know what's Lamar's record against NFC teams. I think he's lost twice or something. Like they're so dang good, and he's so dang good, and their defense is always good, and that's why they're hard to beat. And yeah, they've given me trouble a few times, and I was able to get one tonight.
Was it a monkey off your back just a little bit to get?
A little bit. I got a few teams left that I can get them all checked off, and that was one of them.
What does it mean not only to win here, but win the way you did, controlling the ball, physical football?
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. It really was. I think last week was a good representation of what we want to do, and I thought again being able to kind of springboard off of that last week and do it again in a different fashion though. You know, more running the ball, more ground and pound. Obviously, Demo had the night he had is incredible, and I think we displayed that we can win in different ways, and I got to talk about how good our defense was tonight and everything they did to get us back on the field when we were sputtering a little bit, and those guys were incredible.
What does the trust mean on 4th and 2 for you to get to take a shot to St. Brown and help put the game away?
Yeah, that's one that we wanted for throughout that game. I was kind of waiting for it to get called, and perfect moment for it, and he's open and put it on.
Good job, Warren's performance as a play caller tonight. There was obviously a big one with the handoff to St. Brown and the pitch to Gibbs.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job. I thought his rhythm was great. I haven't talked to him yet, but I thought his third downs were probably the best part of everything. And everything was great, but the third downs he was all over it. He really was, and we were getting guys open and protecting well, and I thought he did a great job.
Another game where I think 0 sacks. I think you were
Was it 0? Yeah.
You only hit 4 times in the entire game. How much are those guys up front now coming together? You have 3 new starters. It seems like you're starting to get into a groove up front.
No doubt. I think you put those 2 weeks together, it's pretty impressive. And in particular, those 2 guards starting to really understand it and really put it together like you're talking about. Decker, Panay, and Graham have so many years accumulated at this point, but those 2 guys, like they're starting to figure it out, and they're playing really well, and understanding the speed of the game, understanding little nuances now, it seems, and they're doing great.
That Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown, that's the first play coming into the fourth quarter. Obviously, you have the quarter break. What's the discussion leading up to that during that quarter break? It's rocking, it's loud.
The 4th down?
Amon Ra St.
Yeah. There wasn't much discussion. That was a play that we've practiced for, I don't know, a few years now, and I don't know if we've ever called it, but it was a good timing for it, and it worked perfectly.
Jared, getting back to that 4th down at the end there, can you speak to what that means that John and Dan said, hey, throw the ball down the field here, put the game into balance?
Yeah, man. I mean, I know they trust me, and I trust St. Brown, and so put the game in our hands, and we'll make it work. We've done it before, and it's exciting.
Not mistaken, we have at least seen the Maryland I formation with the 3 backs. Where did that come from?
I don't know. Good question.
Baltimore?
No, I don't know if it was kind of a nod to Baltimore. It may have been. I showed up Wednesday, and that was in the game plan, so I don't know. You'll have to ask Hank or Tyler. I think they probably were the masterminds behind that.
What about just Demo? And, we talk all the time about the best running back duo in the league. Is performance in a game like tonight?
Yeah.
Last week it was Gibbs. Now it's Montgomery. Pick your poison. Right?
Pick your poison. It's hard, man. It really is. And I've said it before, that them being able to be fresher than a back that's taking 25, 30 carries is kind of the secret sauce. And they're both incredible. They both do everything right. They both block well. They both can catch. They both can run, obviously. And seeing him having a big game like that's huge. I mean, it's awesome. It's great for him, but he's that type of player, and could see one of them doing it again next week.
There's so much talk in the offseason about what you guys love. What gives you optimism going forward? What do you like about this team that's different, that gives you hope moving?
Hope 2-1 is pretty good. I do like that we are winning in different ways, and not different ways than last year. I guess we're running some different scheme slightly, and being able to win down the field on certain routes that are new to us, and win in certain run game stuff that's new to us, I think is great. We obviously could have, we won a lot of games last year running what we ran last year, but being able to tweak it slightly and still be successful with it on offense is awesome.
Last one, Jeremy. You mentioned third downs were big. It seems like Sam was a big part of that today.
Do you guys know what we were on third down?
7 of 14.
Oh, I thought it might have been better. Okay.
But how big is it to have, I guess, the target that you can trust like Sam entering the 3?
Sam's incredible. Yeah, he's doing great. He doesn't get enough attention, I don't think, and being able to use him on third down is awesome. I mean, every down is awesome with him, and I thought he was incredible today. He had a couple that were kind of not what we were expecting defensively. Then he made it work, and I was able to get it to him.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
There you go. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. I think I just hold on. Brad's got the mic really quick.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Okay. Yeah, Brad has left the building. Okay.
Some more fun numbers
I love them.
from this game. Through a 3-game stretch, the Ravens have now scored 111 points. That's the most through 3 games by any team with a losing record. Normally, you score that many points, you win some games. Another bit of fun with numbers. This is the first time in Detroit Lions franchise history they've won 4 straight Monday Night Football games. That's never happened before.
Damn.
Right? Yeah.
Hold on.
Yes. So, I mean, you go through and you look at the way this game went down, and you can find some problems. You can find some things that can be better. You can find some things to clean up, as Dan Campbell want to say. Man, you went in and just punched the Baltimore Ravens in the face. You had to overcome bad penalties, play clean ball, and play your way on both sides of it. And they went in there and did that. And whoo boy, this could be just absolute race gas for the rest of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. We got the phone number up. We've got folks already lined up on the phones right now. If you want to call, join us live at 313-314-2421. Hey, caller, how you doing? And how you feeling after the big win? You gotta listen to the phone, man. Turn it down in the background. There we go. Here we go.
No.
Come on. All right.
Bailed on you.
We got another one. Hey, caller, what's your name? How you feeling after a big win in Baltimore?
Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, it's Jamie from Montana.
Jamie, how are you, brother? Big win tonight.
Pretty good. Oh, a lot of fun. Gray, I just had to let you know I heard you screaming all the way over here in Kalispell.
that was that was Gray. He's just up the road from you.
Yeah, I was actually out at Fort Peck the last 3 days, so not too far.
No, not at all. I just wanted to call in and say hi, and good to see you again, Gray, and let's effing go.
Yes. Good to hear from you, Jamie. Love you, brother. We will talk again soon. Thank you for calling in. All right, there we go. Sorry. Got to do a couple different buttons on the new deal. All right. 313-314-2421 gets you in touch with us. Give us a ring. We'll get you on the show. We got one right here. I think. Well, pick up.
Dangerous.
There we go.
The thinking part.
No, I know, but I think I might know who this is. Hold on. Hey, caller, what's your name and how you feeling after the big win?
What up, though, everybody? Puff one, Mo from the creek, baby.
We got Mo back. How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, I just decided that I'm gonna go to work tomorrow with some tennis shorts and have my balls hanging out. And if anybody say something, I'm gonna say Dan Campbell, bitch.
Hey, oh man, absolutely. Oh my God, Mo, this was exactly one of those games where you Mo in the house is not for therapy, it's for celebration.
And when, hey,
guy called in and said, Mr. Lynch, why were you having your balls hanging out? Because Dan Campbell said it, bitch.
My permission slip came on Monday night. Oh, let's go, Mo. Man, God, the chat is fire for you now, right now, brother.
Much love, Lions Nation. Much love, baby. Much love.
Fan Man saying this is just a joke. Mo always goes to work in shorts with his balls out. Go ahead and tell him. Tell him the truth. Onions. Onions it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got the onions out. Great freaking win.
Oh, God. This is it. This is one, Mo, I mean, like, I honestly, I didn't think we would pull it out. I thought it would be a good game, but I just thought that Baltimore was going to be too tough at home. I mean,
yeah.
Where were you coming into this?
Oh, like every other Lions fan was like, let's just move on to Cleveland, you know. we're gonna enjoy this as much as we can, and we'll move on. But nah, this was a good battle.
Yeah.
Right now in the NFL, there's really no scary team, you know. So it's up for grabs for anybody. You know, It's been a crazy season this first couple of weeks. I mean, crazy games this first couple of weeks, and let's keep it rolling, baby.
Yeah. Hutch, here's another number since Gray's Mr. Number Man. I'm going to throw one out there. Thanks, Peaceful Tim. Hutch has set a franchise record for a QB hit in 18 straight games that he's played in.
Yes, hey, man, that boy, he was working in the off season, so
yeah, he was.
Call him the Terminator.
Yeah, couple more pieces. We got another one from the chat. Mr. JJ Pickle says, "Mo defense, Mo wins."
Yeah, JJ.
Mo edibles, Mo calls.
Yeah.
All right, so you're looking at your power.
And I didn't take a puff every point. I took a puff for every touchdown.
All right, I was
just
gonna
so Michael know I'm over here. I stayed up and watched the game. I wasn't too high.
It's a school night. It's a school night. You can't get too crazy.
Yeah,
right?
you'd be in a coma. You did one for every point.
Nah, I had to see the end. And I said, if this is the most craziest ending after they scored, it was just been going that way since the start of the season. So I was like, no, this is not the old Lions. This is not the old Lions.
No. that Tucker, that oh man, that play. It was. I just had all these bad memories. Oh, I needed that clock to go down, man. I just.
The 90s just started creeping up a little bit.
Just a little bit. Hey, so I want to ask you, Mo. You got to look at it. You're sitting there. I mean, anybody could work in that media room. So we're going to put you in the media room, right? You're writing for the biggest outlet there is. They're hiring all the time. Let's take a thought about it. You've got to do your power rankings. Where do you put the Detroit Lions in the power rankings this week?
Ooh, after tonight, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna give respect to the undefeated teams, but I'm gonna put us out there. We at least top 5. I know it's 6. What they say, 6 undefeated teams.
Yep.
But I'm gonna say we top 5, man. After tonight, who counted us in to win?
Yeah.
I think we put the league on notice tonight. We put them on notice.
Welcome to Detroit.
There you go. You got a little little call out from the boss man. All right, Mo, we're gonna get rolling here, brother. It is a school night, so we're gonna take some more calls before we all have to get to bed and get our juice going for the thing that pays the bills.
Much love, Lions Nation.
Much
Dan
love to
Campbell
you, brother.
says, rock out with your cock out. We on one.
It's so different without the FCC, isn't it, Gray?
Different world.
Love you, Mo. We'll talk to you, brother. Peace. All right. We got Mo from the Creek. I mean, come on. We got a caller who has his own soundtrack now. This is pretty awesome, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Give us a ring. It is 313-314-2421. 313-314-2421. We'll get you in here. We'll talk Detroit Lions. We got one coming in right here. Hey, caller, what's your name and how you feeling tonight?
Hey, I'm feeling great. How are you guys feeling?
Couldn't be any better, man. This is a good. Well, I could be. If I didn't have to work tomorrow, it'd be better. But other than that, it's fantastic.
You know, I was thinking one of the things that makes this victory so beautiful is after watching Green Bay absolutely collapse against the Browns, and you know that this is the one and only thing that could make the Packers fans' night worse or weekend worse is watching the Lions dominate on Monday Night Football. Ain't no way they're feeling great about winning the division now.
No, that's a great point, man. I mean, the fear of God got put in them, and they kind of just started getting the scent of fraud. I mean, that's and they're gonna try to be in denial, but their lying eyes is gonna give them some problems. This is gonna be. There could be, I mean, we talked about the game at the end of the season where we kept them out of the playoffs and how that was a turning point and a passing of the torch to the Lions. This is one of those things where, as good as they look this year, this could be a backbreaker. This season could be the year that turns them back to the Mike Tomczak era, that just breaks the Packers down into and them and the Bears fighting for the basement as you have the mediocrity that never leaves Minnesota.
Oh, it was a beautiful night, and I went in feeling great about it. And I gotta say, like, can we finally give Jared Goff some props now? Like, it's not Ben Johnson because he's gone too, and before that it was Sean McVay. And I'm like, can someone please recognize that this guy is like a really good quarterback? He looks like a baby giraffe when he runs, but he is dang good for this football team, and I think he's going to win a Super Bowl with Detroit.
What do you think, Gray?
Well, I think it's a long season, and getting that far ahead of myself isn't something I'm going to do. But I do think it completely this game completely changes the complexion of the first quarter, first half of the year. Because again, I mean, you go back this next game against Cleveland. I just checked the line, 8.5. Lions are 8.5 point favorites against the Browns in an NFL game. All right. So you can go in with some confidence that they ought to be able to handle their business there. And then you have a Joe Burrow-less Bengal team. And then you've got, what is it? The Buccaneers, I think, is the game after that. And then it's the bye. And you're starting to get reinforcements back. And this Baltimore game didn't go south. This changes the trajectory of the entire first half of the season. Not just that they won it, but that they won it the way they did. That they're not going to need 2 months to get their offense up and running and get their legs underneath them, like so many people seem to think. All of those really good players are still really good players. Jameson Williams didn't even get on the stat sheet tonight, did he?
I think he had a catch. A catch or two. Let me look here.
Oh, he did. Yeah,
he had two. For 43.
He had 2 catches. Yep. That was real early. But I mean, you think of the guys that can break you offensively from this team and what Kelvin Shepherd has got them doing on defense and the way he's had them dialed in the last couple of weeks. Man, oh man, you can't say enough about what a huge win this is.
Barring the unpredictability of injuries, things staying static.
Speak that into existence.
This puts a whole different cast on this toughest strength of schedule. It really just stands this team up completely differently now against the rest of the games. And like you're picking these games tonight and probably even tomorrow after you had a sleep on it, right? You're going to be picking these things a lot differently in Detroit's favor. This was just an absolute statement by the team against all the things that vex them sit there on the other side of the field on the Ravens bench, and they overcame every single one of those things. I mean, this kind of matchup is never good for the Lions, and they just did it. They just did it, man.
Well, and nobody matches up against the Ravens like that.
Yeah. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, handling Lamar the way they did, and you think about Aleem McNeil coming back later on in the year, I know that the defense wasn't perfect. Terrion had some lapses in coverage that weren't great, but you got to, like, objectively, you got to feel great about the way your defense played against the Ravens after putting 40s up, even against the Browns. And the Browns have a really good defense. You got to feel good about the way that this team's playing. And I think Dan Campbell's just got his finger to the pulse of the team, and he's the right man to captain the ship. And so I'm feeling great about the team as a whole.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Zay Flowers, who's a hell of a receiver, only had 2 catches for 13 yards all night. I mean, it was their best receiver. I mean, well, Mark Andrews, 91 on 6 catches. But after that, Rashad Bateman, and it had 60 yards, and then you're down to Devontae Walker with 34 yards. I mean, they didn't do bad. I mean, they spread the ball all over the place. DeAndre Hopkins, 13 yards, 1 catch. I mean, as much as you saw some bad play from Terrion, what I think people, and when we see the All-22, we're going to notice there was some probably some very good play from Terrion as well, and it'll even out. It's you don't stop everybody all the time. You know, there was in the Super Bowl, they scored points against the Eagles, right? Every team gives up points along the way. Nobody's perfect, but I mean, you talk about, I saw it in the chat, and I think I put it up, 2 of the best drives of the season in one game. Crazy stuff from these Detroit Lions.
Yeah, and even Derrick Henry, I mean, other than that one run in the first quarter, I mean, he was fairly quiet. And doing that, I mean, hats off to the defense, hats off to the team. It's a huge win.
Yep, for real. All right, brother, we're going to let you go. We're going to get back to the calls and pull a couple more in before we get out of here, all right?
All right, peace, brothers.
All
Have
right,
a good night.
You too, my man. Thank you for calling. Appreciate you. All right.
I know I'm burying everybody in math, but for the nitwits and the Ben Johnson truthers that wanted to know if we could run last year's offense this year, Michael couldn't just keep it. The Lions in the last 2 games have topped 900 total net yards and 90 points. The last time anybody did that, their name wasn't Ben Johnson, because the only other time in franchise history that happened was 1950. So.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hey, caller, how you doing? Big win tonight. Were you alive the last time the Lions did that in 1950?
No, I wasn't.
How you doing, man?
Doing good. How are you guys doing? Good?
You know, it's just another Monday.
Yeah, I mean, you just beat the Buggy Boo team on your schedule, so
yeah,
you got to be feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah, for reals. Oh man, so what are you thinking? What are you thinking of the season for these Lions so far?
The season's going good. I mean, you can chalk up Green Bay as an anomaly right now. I mean, the offensive line's coming together, so that's good. I was wondering how it was going to look, on the road. They seem to play well.
Yeah.
So we're going to be even tougher at home than we are on the road, it looks like. But
yep.
That's a pretty good win there.
Yeah, for sure. Where are you calling us from, man?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Nice. You always been a Lions fan? You from the Detroit area, or did you pick them up along the way?
No, I grew up in Michigan. I was born in Michigan. Spent about 7 years there, and then moved to North Carolina when I was a kid.
That's good. 7 years is enough to make it stick, man. So what do you got for us, man?
Detroit Lions fan, or most people, it's you started from a childhood.
Yeah. They're only recently a bandwagon team, right?
Yeah, recently it's a little bigger, but most of the time it's childhood.
All right. Well, you called us. What did you have for us, man?
What was that?
You called us. I kind of put you on the grill there. What did you want to talk about?
Oh, nothing. You're good. Yeah, I was just saying, like, the last team we have left that I'm like worried about, not overlooking anyone, but last team I'm worried about now before the bye is Tampa.
Yeah, they were looking
out
good.
Here playing like he wants to challenge for MVP status.
Yeah, but Tampa has been looking really good. It's unfortunate, actually. It's hard because I live here, but you know what I mean? I mean, it's fun to have, the locals and, being the happy people, but man, I wish they were an AFC team, I guess. That's really where it's at.
Yeah, I mean, Baker and Daniel Jones leading MVP conversations like everybody expected.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's just blowing my mind. Oh, man. All right, my brother. I'm going to let you go. We're going to pick up a couple more calls, all right?
No problem.
All right, have a good one, man. Thanks for
All right, man.
calling.
Take it easy.
All right, peace out. Go Lions. All right, there we go, man. Any more math for us there, Einstein? What are you doing?
Well, you were asking about power rankings, so I looked it up, and ESPN had them. They had them at 5 before this game against Baltimore. They had Baltimore at 4.
Did they?
So yeah, they're going to get bumped into some elite territory. They're going to have to.
I saw
Again,
one
Super
power
Bowl favorites.
I saw one power ranking this week that had Baltimore number 1 and the Lions number 2. I was like, that was really crazy to see. Hey, caller, how you feeling after a big win for our Detroit Lions?
Feeling great, man. The front 5 looked killer. I think Hank Fraley is he's a godsend.
He is a magic man. He is a magic man. How he does this, I don't know, but I know that everybody wants a little bit of Hank in their life. I mean, I'm sorry, a little bit of honey buns.
Well, I'm a musician. Hank Williams, Hank Fraley, it's pretty close.
Yeah, there you go. So what are you feeling? What are you feeling?
I think the front 5, it was just old school football against new school football, and that pass off through, that was some Friday Night Lights stuff.
Oh God, it was perfect. It was one of those, like, maybe today he could, but while he was with the Lions, I don't know that I've ever seen Stafford throw a pass with that kind of touch on it. It was just, like I said, it was like a pillow when it landed in St. Brown's hands. It was such a beautiful, soft pass that couldn't have been any better. I mean, it had to be perfect because the coverage was pretty good, but it was absolutely perfect and just tucked in there real nice. Oh God. Gray, how'd you feel about that?
It was the most clutch play of the game. I mean, that's the one when you got to have it. And I know Jared had to deal with a couple of really poorly worded questions about that play. But another day for him where he's just so ungodly efficient. 20 of 28, real efficient. Went out, didn't make the big mistake. Threw it away when he had to throw it away the one time. Had the one ugly throw where he kind of dirted it across his body where he was going to run and then not going to run and then threw it. And, but other than that, just another really clean performance from the quarterback in a tough spot.
Yeah.
Loud environment. Your communication's going to be strained. I still think there are things that are going to get better as the year goes on with no longer having your offensive coordinator on the sideline and having the calls come in from the booth, and the extent to which Dan is involved and the extent to which Hank is involved, because all of that game flow is different this year. So they're going to get even better at that. But I mean, Jared Goff just went out there again and incredibly businesslike.
Yeah.
Let the running game lead the way. He had 208 yards, 228 yards, something like that. I should know that off the top of my head. 202. And just executed the offense.
Yeah.
Found a way to win by letting the running backs, do the work. Last week, he's throwing 5 touchdowns. So, you start to get spoiled for that sort of stuff. When you got a guy that's as good at the controls as he is right now.
Comatose in the chat says, "Okay, this has been fun. I need to get to bed. Got to wake up early if I'm going to let the air out of Risden's tires before work. Peace out. Go do God's work, my friend. Good stuff." Caller, what do you think? Where's your power rankings right now?
I think the Packers right now are feeling real lucky. They didn't have us, with our shit a little bit more together.
Yeah.
But also, I think another thing to bring up, I think this is a big year for Aiden. He's got to prove himself. We don't know what he is after the injury. And prime time, I mean, that was as big as it gets. Awareness off the charts to knock the ball out of Derrick Henry's hands. And then he came up with a sack. It was a big night for him, I think, especially this being a big year.
Yeah. A lot of love for Hank Honeybuns Fraley out there. All 22 pointed out that Hank Fraley coaches up his linemen to accent their best Physical abilities. He doesn't try to get people to do things they aren't capable of doing, and it shows. I mean, there was a lot of fear about Glasgow and, I mean, the young guys, but they have really, I mean, again, if you start talking about trends, I guess let's go this way because the way the camera works, it is just heading up. These guys, the first week, there was a lot of fear about the offensive line, and you see what they did this week. It was just beautiful out there. Gray, we don't need you anymore. You can stand down.
I think that's another one of those. As you've seen through these 3 weeks, these guys improve, especially the young players. You've got to expect that's going to continue. I think Graham Glasgow kind of is what he is. You know what you're going to get from him, but you start to build around what you've got at the playmaker positions, and you've got the skill positions. You've got guys that can. I mean, Demo got loose for the big play. Then it could be Jamo, could be Saint with a 3-touchdown game like he had last week. A lot of the narratives about this team are going to fall apart under just a little bit of an examination of what's going on. From the interior line, the pass rush. I know that's one, especially in the slack. It's been over and over and over again. Why didn't they get more help for Hutch? Why didn't they do more at the pass rush position? And the Lions have only produced 11 sacks through the first 3 games of the season 4 times, and the last time was in 2010. 1987, 1983 were the only other times they've done that. They're getting to the quarterback, and they got to the quarterback tonight 7 times. And it's going to get better.
And it's a little bit of a different.
This team's going to get tighter.
It's a little bit of a different world with the mobile quarterback and rising to prominence because you need a lot more contain. And it's not all about just crashing in on the quarterback because he just sidesteps and off he goes. You watched Mahomes just tear it up this week. I mean, didn't pull out the dub, but he was all over the field and they couldn't get their hands on him. You have to contain first and then crush in. That's why, like early in the game when everyone was moaning about Hutch not getting there, he was doing his job. He was playing his role, and then things started going, and that O-line started breaking down, and that's when you start getting those tackles. They held the middle beautifully, and did a great job of getting their hands on Lamar. And he didn't get, but let me look here really quick again. His rushing 35 yards for Lamar. That's nothing. That's nothing for him.
No, and it prepares you for next week where you got to deal with another dual threat in Joe Flacco.
Yeah, this is where Hutch just might eat.
Right.
I will say, man, I think it was such a beautiful win because I think the Ravens went in to Cleveland and they saw some Midwest kind of run it down your throat, bully ball. And I don't think the Browns really have the weapons we have. And then when they met us, man, it was a true just fucking beatdown,
Yeah. Where are you calling from, caller?
I'm from Kalamazoo, Michigan.
There you go. All right. They're telling me Yingling is now available in Detroit. Oh, you lucky bastards. Is this all across Michigan? You guys get Yingling now?
I have not. I lived in Nashville, Tennessee for the last 4 years. I was a big fan, but I have not seen it around here. I'm more of a high life guy when I get to the Midwest.
There you go. Okay. It's a great summer beer. It's a great hot mowing the lawn summer beer. Love it. All right, brother. Yeah. We're gonna let you run. Thank you for calling in. We're gonna do one more, I think, Gray, and then we'll call it a night if you're all right. Thanks, caller. Go Lions, brother. All right. We'll get one more in here if you're still gonna be with us. Gray, you okay?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
I'm on mountain time, dude. It's not that late here.
But early comes early.
Yeah, that's fair.
You work a bright and early one there, my man. All right. Hey, caller. How you doing? What's your name and how you feeling?
I am feeling wonderful, fellas. Nice to hear you. First, I want to touch on Gray. Hi, Gray. This is Andy from Spring
What's up,
Lake.
man?
I remember you back from the days of Akita and Gray, man.
Oh my God. A million years ago.
Back a little bit. So, yeah, I'm on the west side. I'm on the west side, about 20 miles north of Risden, and I am feeling that was a really that was a statement game. That was a statement game. I got a handful of things that I wrote down while I was waiting to get through.
Yeah, no, cool. Go for it, man.
Number one, can we finally put to bed this Goff outside BS that they constantly bring up about how he can't play outside out of the dome? Please.
I mean, you just have to look to the Kansas City Rams game that was like still one of the highest scoring games in football and see how he plays outside. I mean, he does okay, folks. I mean, you're right. Let's put that one to bed. Let's coughin that up.
Yeah, I mean, and also the playing in the cold, which we're not there yet, but he's not done too bad in the cold either. So I just hope that someday these will be put to bed eventually. A couple other things I wrote down. This was a boot to ass game. I mean, it just was. I won't say at no point. At a certain point in about the second quarter, I'm like, this is just going the Lions' way, and they're gonna put their foot on the throat and not let up. I mean, just you could feel it, and the body.
Oh, caller, I'm so sorry.
Lost him.
Lost him. Oh, yes, the foot on the Lion's throat is absolutely, or the foot on the Ravens' throat.
Yeah.
Well, you could feel it. I mean, so Lions fans, you get into the end of that first half, right? And you're sitting there, you're saying to yourself, could this really be? I mean, we went in tied. I mean, It's like a 0-0 game at the half. I mean, we're not. I mean, this is not going to be a 3 million to 4 game, right? I mean, this looks like we got a shot here.
Right.
And I don't know. I really, really believed early. And it was my wife. She was like, I was like, really? She's like, yeah, I think they're going to win. I absolutely. And I'm like, God, maybe maybe I feel it a little bit, I up until the beforehand, I just felt like it wasn't going to be their thing. This is such a great matchup against the Lions, but man, they stepped up and showed. I mean, that team's got a sack the size of Dan Campbell. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, well, like I said, it could end up being a season-defining win. Just a statement about where this team is, because up until now, the conversation is about where they're not. It's about all that they lost. It hasn't been about what they can do or who they have in house or what they're capable of. It was all about the attrition. And now you come in with a Baltimore team that Vegas will tell you is the favorite to win the whole thing, and you go handle your business in their barn. Dan Campbell now 12-2 in primetime games.
Yes.
So that's it. Don't look now. Those Buccaneers, that's on Monday night. So
that's going to be a fun one.
Lions are also undefeated in any game where Jahmyr Gibbs and Demo both get a touchdown.
Yes.
If they both score, they win those games.
Let's just get that locked up early. Peaceful Tim says 300 likes and the NFL will switch that field goal to a miss. Whose team are you on? We're 11 away. Let's go. Let's go get that. Come on. Oh, man. All right. Boy, the beer talk. I got some folks. Just talk about beer a little bit, and you can get some people almost angrier than they do at football. All right, so why don't you wrap up a little bit? Give your thoughts, Gray. Talk about what you saw, what you think, and what the future might hold for this team.
There's still room for improvement, and that's the most impressive win that I've seen since. I mean, there was the one big one was the Vikings in Week 17 last year.
Mm-hmm.
Felt like something. Nobody was picking them. You didn't. Risden didn't. None of the national drive-bys. None of the casuals did. By all rights, should have been a Ravens win. They are really good. That's a really good football team. Baltimore is a really good football team. I don't think we want to lose sight of that.
Yeah.
And the Lions didn't play airtight. They didn't play a perfect game by any stretch of the imagination, and they still went in there and won pretty convincingly and racked up numbers on the offense and the defense. And now it's on to Cleveland and trying to manage expectations. They get to come home and a game against the Bengals, which no longer looks anything like it did when the schedule was released. And then that Monday nighter against the Bucs. And I mean, we could be talking about a white hot start to the season if they can keep everything that's in their control and stay on the details, because as Green Bay will tell you, any given Sunday, you can get got in this league. So ask the Falcons.
Yeah. Best season win since Green Bay at home last weekend. I'll take that for sure. On the opening drive, Easy Does It said, "I knew we came to play," and yeah, you could feel something. You could feel something there that that was going on. Also, Frosty, yes. So by the transitive property, the Browns the best team in football. They're number one on the power rankings right now. So just keep that one in mind. All right. Yeah. No. I look at this team and I say that they continue to surprise, even though they're a good team. Even though you as a fan you believe in them, your heart wants one thing, but your mind tells you something else, and you just might be able to go to your heart with your heart a little bit more with this team. You might be able to put it out there and go with it because this team just seems to deliver. There's a
or
big
maybe
one left.
look at the numbers and go with your brain. I mean, at this point, like I said, I think so much of the conversation about the Lions has been narrative driven, and now there's some data. Now you've got it's a small sample. It's only week 3. They can come out, trip on their shoelaces next week against the Browns, and this all goes straight to hell. But you're starting to assemble some data that points to the fact that this is a really good team, like a really good football team.
Yeah. 8 more likes and it's bottoms up on this beer, they say. That's what they tell me at least.
That's how you know the show's over. Start doing chugging contests. It's time to go to bed.
Oh, God, I love beer. It'll be my downfall. All right. Detroit Lions come out with a big statement victory. It changes the flavor and the lighting on the rest of this season. This team shows that they can pretty much, right now they could beat anybody. The Philadelphia game is truly going to be a litmus test. These are 2 powerful teams that are going to face off. Yeah. I'm not as bummed about it being in Philly. I still wish it was at home. But, our road record is unbelievable right now with Mr. Dan Campbell at the wheel.
It's a long way off. A lot of things can happen between there and here.
Yep.
Right now in week 3, Philadelphia's the best team in football.
Yeah. Yep. I'm interested in that game a great deal because it's gonna tell us a lot. But we shall see. Hate the Eagles. I hate the Eagles. But this road streak, if you remember the road streak for the Lions, I believe it still stands the longest road loss streak in NFL history. I don't know what the road victory streak is, but we're on track at least. Just keep the wins coming on the road, and we'll keep running that way. We'll keep rocking and rolling and doing our thing. Folks, thank you for joining us. Appreciate you. Don't forget about us on the Patreon, patreon.com/Detroit Lions podcast. You get there, $5. Oh, go ahead.
No, by the way, just because I'm going to dump one more number on you, that road loss streak was 26 games.
Oh, man.
26 games.
What's our win streak right now?
12? Well, it's not quite 26, but yeah, 26 games. That goes back to the 2007 season through the 2010 season.
We're on our way, folks.
We paid our tab. We paid our tab for these good times, man.
Yeah, we definitely did. We prepaid. We had the prepaid credit card for the Super Bowl we'd like to show up with.
Yeah, buddy.
All the drinks on us. Don't forget us on Patreon, patreon.com/Detroit Lions podcast. $5 a month there or more gets you access to the Slack chat. Get in, have a good time with us. You got Gray, Riz, me, all the characters, cast of characters are there. Ash, Bish, Brown, Dr. Liao's peeking around in there. It's a good time. Also, follow us on the Twitter machine at the Michael Gray. The Michael Gray, also the Michael Gray on the Blue Sky if you're over there. And DET Lions podcast for everything going on with the show. You'll know where it's at, and it's on all the socials that way. I think the gram is like Detroit Lions podcast, but whatever. All right, give us a call via the Lions line. It is 313-314-2421, 313-314-2421. And go to Detroit Lions podcast, subscribe to the podcast so we can pop your transistors every single week. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to see you next time with the Detroit Lions podcast. Remember, no pants, no toasters, no hot tubs, no losses, and no problems, because we're your Detroit Lions and Reddit connection. Love you all. Thank you for joining us.